introduce our esteemed speaker for the day, Advocate Kavya Agarwal, who is also National Council member of NLRC. So, Kavya Agarwal has pursued her BA LLB from General Global Law School and LLM from King's College London. She is a former law clerk cum research associate at Honorable Supreme Court of of India. I'm so sorry, of India. Her desire to study law was fueled by a profound desire to be a momentum and change, to utilize the instrument of law to empower the disempowered. So she has also has a vast experience of working with the legal aid organizations, and during her 2 years in the legal profession, she had the opportunity to work with exceptional people. Enriching her journey with diverse experiences, she seeks to contribute to meaningful, complex, and engaging work and be a catalyst for change. She is excited to be a part of NLRC Wiki to further that goal. And today she will guide us through the practical meditative rules that we can incorporate into our daily life so in a peace and clarity. So, welcome, Miss Advocate Kavya Agrawal. The virtual stage is all yours.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and thank you all for joining this session today. I am very excited to share with all of you about meditation. My journey in meditation started almost 2.5 years ago. And since then, many people have often asked me this question that, why do you need meditation at such a young age? And, like meditation is something that people do when they're older. And like, we are too young to get into this right now. And one thing that I've always believed is that now more than ever, meditation is something that is the most important thing for the youth these days, because the spectrum of mental health issues that people are facing, be it anxiety, depression, problems at workspace, the list is never ending. More and more these days we are seeing people, students, young people committing suicides from the top universities in the country. And it makes us ask the question, why? Like, why is this happening? Where are we going wrong as a society? And it makes us ask that, what is stopping us from living happy, fulfilled, and purposeful lives? And that is where meditation comes into play. So, Janvi was telling you all about all the things that I've achieved so far. And, however, what led me to meditation in the first place was that when I joined, litigation, when I started my career as a lawyer, I started experiencing high amounts of anxiety at the workplace. Like, I used to fear going to work every day. I became very conscious about what other people are thinking of me. And like, there's a lot of performance pressure, the work hours are late, and I suddenly found myself to be a completely different person than who I used to be. And but I was like, okay, like, what is the solution to this? This is not how life can go on. I can't be crying every day about the situation of my life, and I need to do something about it. So at that point of time, I was lucky enough that I was introduced to this organization called Buddha CEO, which teaches meditation. And since then, it was a new journey of my life began. And since I started practicing meditation, my life has changed completely. Like, now I don't experience or suffer from anxiety at all the fears that I had about the past or the future have completely changed. They have gotten a new perspective now. And earlier I used to fight with my mom a lot, and now that has completely gone away. I work using manifestation, meditation, and all these principles that I've learned over time. And that has simply been because of meditation. And when I saw the change in myself, because like, these days the modern solutions everyone offers is like going for therapy. And believe me, like, I have done all of that. I have tried therapy, I tried everything that's possible. And it is meditation that helped me the most, and has transformed my life in the last 2 years. And that's why when we were discussing that, okay, what can we do for mental health awareness month, this time I said that I would love the opportunity to take something like meditation which has changed my life and share it with everyone, as many people as possible, so that if it can help you or anyone out there, I think that would be a great achievement for me. So with that, we will start this program. It will have three parts. One, that how meditation helps relieving stress. Then I will be discussing four agreements, which if we follow them in our life, how they can make our life more happy and more meaningful. And last, we will discuss how to manifest the life that we want. So meditation, I will be discussing what exactly is meditation, but along with meditation there is certain wisdom that comes along with it. There are certain principles that they teach us that we need to follow to live these happy and fulfilling lives that everyone is looking for. So, just to take a minute before we go on to other topics, is like, what exactly is meditation? Is it, like, what is it? Some very difficult thing that one has to do, or something like that? No, meditation is the most easy thing in terms of process that one can do, but also it might be difficult for a person, because these days we don't want to be alone with our thoughts, because we are just constantly addicted to technology. We want to know what's the next reel. We want that small hits of dopamine every time we get a message. So we are not really used to staying with ourselves while being quiet. So while that might be tough, but meditation as a process is very easy in itself. So all it requires you to do is cross your hands, cross your feet, sit on a chair, or like on the floor, and just focusing on your breathing in and breathing out. So the logic behind is that when you focus on your breathing, when you are 100% focused on your breathing, there is no space for any thoughts coming in or going out of your mind. And when there are no thoughts coming in or going out of your mind, you reach a state of emptiness. You reach a state where your body is in complete alignment and in complete balance to heal itself, to let go of all the negative thoughts that we gather in our minds every day. So, do you guys know, this is a very interesting fact, that in a day we think about 70 to 80,000 thoughts every single day, 70 to 80,000 thoughts. And those, and 80% of those thoughts are repetitive or negative. So imagine the burden on our brain when we are thinking 70 to 80,000 thoughts, and most of them are negative and repetitive. So yeah, when I heard this fact for the first time, I was like, okay, like, this is quite a big reality check that I have gotten. But so how does meditation comes into play for that? Meditation helps us reach a state where we have no thoughts in our mind at all. We are no longer the prisoners of our past or of the future, because we are in a state of complete mindfulness, completely being in the present. So this is just a basic introduction of how meditation is done, what is the procedure, and throughout this session we'll be going further into how it helps us, and go into the depth of how it works. So I'll just share my screen and share this PowerPoint presentation that I have made with all of you. So just to show, this is the posture that they have shown. It's just simple. You can sit comfortably, close your eyes, cross your feet, and observe your natural normal breath. So there's nothing forceful, that no sort of deep breathing or anything. You just have to focus on the tip of your nose, feel the breath coming in and coming out. Now initially one might face a lot of difficulties because, again, like I said, we are so used to having so many thoughts in our mind that the mind is suddenly, very scared of what's happening. It suddenly has to deal with all the thoughts that are coming in the mind. But that is when we have to let the thought go. If the thought is coming, accept that the thought is there and let it go and continue. Bring your focus back on the breath. So this is how uh, meditation is practiced. So let's go on how meditation eliminates stress. So, stress these days is the most common word used. If you're speaking to anyone, okay, what's happening? I'm so stressed. So much is happening in my life. My boss keeps shouting at me all the time, and my partner does not listen to me at all, and I'm suffering from this illness. My project is not coming through. So people will give you 10 reasons for why they are experiencing stress at any point of time. But what we don't know that, and this has been scientifically, this has been research proved, that stress is the number one reason for all the illnesses, for majority of the illnesses that we are experiencing these days, be it anxiety, depressions, even cancer, and or like our spinal issues, everything. Like stress is the number one reason for most of the illnesses. So these are some of the examples of what kind of stress we take at any given point of time. Even something as simple as wanting to please people around us all the time, something as just the fear of failure, that, oh, what if I'm not able to do this job that is given to me well. And how, as like, for those of you who are lawyers here in the audience today, or like, I think everyone struggles with juggling multiple tasks at one point of time. Like the minute our day begins, the notifications on the mobile starts that, okay, this has to be done, this has to be done. Your mom will tell you to do something, your children will tell you to do something, your boss will tell you to do something. And in all this hustle bustle, like we just constantly taking stress. So, but what is stress? What is the meaning of stress? So I am sure that all of you have heard of the fight and flight mode that our body, that is designed in our body. So what is this fight and flight mode? So basically, our body being a smart, as, being as smart as it was created to be, has a system called the sympathetic nervous system, which automatically activates itself in a situation of danger. So the minute we see something like maybe a car coming towards us, we might be in extreme pain, but that fight and flight mode in our body is activated, and our body produces high levels of cortisol and adrenaline, and it shuts down the immune system that is generally there to protect us. So, and it immediately, the only one motive of the body at that point of time is to protect itself from the danger that is before us. So some of the physical indications of when we are in a fight or flight mode is dilated pupils, trembling, pale or flushed skin, and our heart starts beating rapidly. So our, for those few moments, our physical body is out of balance temporarily. It is no longer in the mode it is supposed to be. It is in the mode where it can do anything to protect itself from the danger that is before us. Now what has happened is that this stress that we say, it activates our fight or flight mode too many times and for far too long. So if suppose we are going to the workplace and the boss is maybe shouting at us about what has to be done, and we have all the things, so like we are constantly, our body is constantly on that fight and flight mode where it feels that, okay, now I have to deal with this. It treats all the external circumstances that are before us as a danger situation from which the body has to protect itself, and it is constantly in a fight or flight mode. Now when this happens, our body is out of harmony, and all its immune systems are shut down, which is supposed to protect us from all the illnesses that is out there. So when that happens, our body becomes prone to all the illnesses that are out there. So initially, a system that was created to protect us only in extreme dangerous situations which are life threatening, is now activated every single day for far too long, even when the situation is not dangerous or not life threatening. So, can you just take a moment to realize that what we ourselves are doing to our bodies just because of certain external circumstances that are happening in our life? So, if only, it makes you think, if only we knew how to deal with these external circumstances in our life, then we wouldn't be putting our own body through all of this just for the sake of what other people are saying to us, or because of what's happening around us externally. So, now what meditation does? Meditation deactivates this flight and fight mode. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which tells you that the danger or the life threatening situation that made you activate the sympathetic system is now over, and the body can go back to its routine functions and start working in a manner that protects it instead of exposing it to harm. So how does that happen? Because when we are meditating, we are focusing only on the breath. Now we are no longer aware of the external situations that are happening before us. So when we meditate regularly on a daily basis, we constantly bring our bodies back to the its level of balance, where it's letting go of all the negative instances which actually made us activate the sympathetic nervous system in the first place. What meditation also does is it releases feel good hormones. So I think everybody has heard of this the hormones called dopamine, uh, dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. So these are the three feel good hormones that our body reduces whenever it is in a happy state. So this has been scientifically proved that there was a research by doctors at Harvard that whenever you meditate, the production of dopamine in your body increases by 27 state. So of course now, like, some of you might say that if I'm experiencing that stress in a workplace at a particular point of time, does not mean that suddenly I can sit and start meditating. Sometimes if you're going through an extreme episode of anxiety, then definitely yes, you can bring your focus on your breathing from whatever thought it is that is giving you anxiety. So, what always gives us anxiety is not something that is actually happening outside. It is our interpretation of the event that is happening outside that gives us anxiety. For example, if I have to submit an assignment by 5 o'clock, so the fact that I have to submit the assignment at 5 o'clock is not the source of anxiety. The source of anxiety in my head is, oh, what if I'm not able to submit it by 5 o'clock? What if that assignment is not good enough? What if my professor reads it and says that, oh, Kavya has done such a horrible assignment? Oh, what if I get a bad grade in that assignment? What will I tell my parents? So it's these spiraling thoughts in our heads that give us anxiety. So the minute a person who practices meditation, who is aware of the importance of being mindful in any given situation, will immediately bring their focus back on the breathing. They will let go of the thoughts that are controlling them, that is giving them stress, and they will tell themselves that, okay, right now the only thing I can do is focus on the work that I'm supposed to do and submit by 5 p.m. Beyond that, I will see what happens. I'm going to let these thoughts pass because they are not in my control right now. So, a person who meditates will immediately know how to deal with that situation. They will bring their focus back on the breathing for a minute or two, and they will start doing the work that they are supposed to do. So, in this way, meditation then reduces mental rumination. Mental rumination is the constant barrage of thoughts that keeps coming and going in our heads at all points of time. So, another very important aspect of meditation is how it improves your energy and better sleep. It really surprises me these days when such young people tell me that, oh, they are not able to sleep easily at night and they're barely able to sleep for 2 3 hours, and that sleeping pills are like the new. Like it's very easy and it's the new fad of today, but meditation. So, if you see this green circle that is there, it is showing us the kind of waves that exist in the mind at different point of time. So, whenever we are in a stressful state, our mind waves work at a high beta level of 20 to 50, and you can see like this constant up down up down up down up down up down. So that is called the wakeful stressful states that we are in generally. Then some so that is basically that happens when our analytical mind is at play. So this graph is actually shown by research that has been done on human brains, that earlier their mind what was at a high beta level, and when they started doing meditation, their mind went into the alpha level, which is 8 to 15. So which is a deep relaxation meditation states, and you can see the difference in the way the lines are going up and down, and how when you go deeper and deeper into a state of meditation, the frequency of your mind also becomes calmer, which ultimately then helps you to sleep. So yeah, so the point being that once you do meditation and you start removing the stress from your body, it impacts your sleep as well in a positive way, because lack of sleep is because of the constant thoughts and the constant stress that we take throughout the day. That sometimes when we hit the bed, even then we are not able to reduce, or we'll just keep thinking about the day that has gone by, and we'll just keep repeating it in our heads constantly. So when you do meditation, it lowers the brain frequency into alpha and theta, which helps you go into a deep state of sleep, and gives you a sound and proper sleep. Sometimes rather, meditators say that they don't even need to sleep 8 hours a day, because when generally also your body reaches this level of alpha and theta, brain wave level, it automatically energizes you, and it is considered the same as sleeping. So basically what they're trying to say is that the state of your mind when you are meditating in a deep meditation level versus when you are sleeping is quite similar, which then gives you the same level of energy to continue the work that you are supposed to during the rest of your day. Okay, so this is a very important uh, area where meditation helps us. So fear these days has become one of the most common factors that is ruling our lives on a daily basis. Fear can be of anything. It can be the fear of death. It can be the fear of what's going to happen tomorrow. It can be the fear of failure, the failure of things not working out exactly the way that we want us to. But if we see, fear is nothing but something that makes us the prisoners of our past, because we are fearful on the basis of what has happened to us in the past. There's certain circumstances or incidences that have happened in the past that make us fearful that they will repeat themselves in the future, or that they will take place again. And it also makes us prisoners of the future, because we are always afraid about what is going to happen next, and instead of happily embracing the next moment, we are in a constant worry about it, we are in a constant fear about it. So for example, like these days, some of these the things that are listed, the feelings that are listed out there, are some of the most common experiences that people state about having low self esteem, lack of self confidence. It can be about the way they look, the way they talk, and about their work. And something as simple as, the it was observed that sometimes in a classroom, students don't ask questions from their teacher just because of the fear of looking bad or stupid, that the other students will feel that, oh, he doesn't even know that much. Whereas in reality, everyone might have the same doubt, they might be facing the same question, but they just don't stand up and ask that question, because they have the fear of looking stupid. Similarly, guilt. Guilt is fear of making mistakes and causing pain to others. Sometimes, we take certain steps and take certain decisions in our life, and which are for our whole well-being, but still at the same time we constantly worry about, okay, am I doing the right thing, what impact this will have on people. So we are constantly surrounded by feelings of guilt, loss, lack. This feeling of lack is the most prevalent these days. Having one car isn't enough, we need the better one, we need a better model, we need two, now we need three. No, having one room is not enough, now we need a floor, now we need an apartment, now we need a whole house. You're always going and wanting the next thing. we and that makes us always feel in a situation of lack. We always want the next relationship, we want the next promotion, we want the next bonus, whereas without actually being grateful for what we have right now with us in the first place. And I want to emphasize on this also, victim consciousness. All the time, the line that is on our mind is, why is this happening to me, what have I done wrong that this is happening to me. So what so these are the common thoughts that are there, which everyone experiences. But meditation and the wisdom that comes with us, it teaches us that all the situations that are happening in our life are in our control, that they are just a reflection of the subconscious feelings and ways of thinking that we think about ourselves. And what meditation helps us do is, it helps us identify, it helps us become more self aware about why we are thinking this, why we are feeling a certain way, and what can we do to make that better. It helps us face our fears, because when you become more self aware, you can no longer say, oh, they said something bad to me, this something bad is happening to me, because immediately your subconscious will knock on your door and say that, no, Kavya, you know why this is happening to you. You know what role you had to play in that situation for it happening. So when we start looking within ourselves, when we start recognizing our own our own bad things that we have in ourselves, or the good things when we have in ourselves, when we start identifying those, we immediately start working on them, because meditation will make you face the truth, and it will then help you address those truths one after the other, leading to a happy and fulfilled life. So this is something that I've really observed in myself as well. Before I started meditation, I used to speak a lot, and my power of listening to others was really low. I just felt that okay, I am the only person who is right, and only I know what is the best, and what anyone else is saying, like they cannot know better than me. But meditation made me stop. It made me pause. It made me just embrace the quiet as well. It made me realize that everything that I'm saying carries energy. Everything that I'm doing carries energy. Everything that I'm listening to carries energy. And how I control that energy around me depends on me. What I speak matters. So when I should speak it, what kind of emotion am I speaking with, that should matter. So now I just started listening more. I've tried to understand what someone else is saying and where they're coming from, instead of just giving them my opinion. So one example for this that someone shared, a meditator. So he was a boss in a company, and he shared that his one of his employees was constantly coming late to the office, 2 hours late in the morning, and he got very frustrated. And his first instant reaction was to, like, immediately shout at that person that, oh, why are you coming late, and this won't work in the company. But because he had been meditating and he had been listening to all of these things that were being taught, so he took a deep breath. He called that employee to his office and asked him very politely that, I have been observing that you have been coming late to the office for the last 2 weeks, and what is the issue? Is there some issue? Is there some problem that I can help you with? And the employee went on to told him that his mother had not been keeping well, and he was the only person to take care of her, and that is why it required him to spend some extra time in the morning before coming, and that he is trying to find a solution to that, and he's trying to address it. So the boss, again being a meditator, react immediately responded in a positive way. He said that, it's fine, I understand, please take this week to address how you can, how you can help your mother better, and what kind of care can you arrange for her. And till the time, I understand, and like, you're doing great work, please continue doing that, and we are here for you if you need any help. Now that employee who had earlier come in all scared, full of guilt, and apprehensive about what is going to happen today, will I lose my job, immediately he left the office in a much happier space, and feeling his dedication towards his work and his loyalty towards the office increased 10 times, because he felt understood, and he felt that, okay, there is someone, that this is a place where I can work happily, where they understand what I'm going through and are willing to offer some help. And all of us go through these situations at some point of time in our life, where we need the other person to understand why certain things are happening, even if we are not doing them with any bad intention. So, meditation allows you to have an optimized thinking. It allows you to have an optimized speech. It gives you a chance to stop, reflect that, what am I saying, why I'm saying it, am I saying it with the right intention, is there another way in which I can approach this situation as well, and how can I behave or live my life in a manner that is beneficial for me and the people around me as well. So, to sum up this part of the session today, how meditation contributes to great mental health. It reduces the fears that you have in your mind. When you're more self-aware, you acknowledge the fears, you understand the meaning behind your fears, and also the ways and how you can embrace those fears and challenge those fears to rise above them. One thing when I had joined work, suddenly in the midst of, like, thousands of people, I actually felt that, I have lost a sense of my identity, that, okay, who is Kavya amongst these 100 people out there? Who am I, and what am I supposed to do? And I started feeling very underconfident about myself. And this was very unlike me, because if you think, oh, this girl has everything, she's always scored well in her life, she has gotten the good opportunities, and she has a good family, why is she feeling a lack of self confidence or a loss of identity? But sometimes these situations happen in your life, and they just come to teach you certain things. And what I learned, like, maybe I later always realized that these things happen to me so that I can be guided towards the path of meditation. Because now that I see 2 years later, there's a drastic change in what I believe of myself now. Even if a third person comes and says something to me, like, if they might say something like, oh, Kavya, what you said really didn't make much sense, or I don't think you're a very smart person, I'm telling you, it won't bother me at all. I won't mind what they are saying at all, because now I am much more confident and sure of the person who I am. So the minute you develop your self confidence, the minute you develop and challenge your fears, nobody will be able to take advantage of you. And that happens when you reach that state of emptiness, when you constantly give yourself the time to, challenge and deal with all these issues that you are facing on a daily basis. Then next is, it helps with less mental rumination. Like, you'll automatically see that the thoughts you used to have earlier, like, your mind is now automatically identifying that, okay, these thoughts are useless, they're not helping me in any way, so I'll just let go of them and move on to the next thing. Like, I'll only think of those things that are helping me in the first place. And like I said, it really, meditation releases more feel good hormones. So a study has actually been conducted that the way you feel happy after jogging for like an hour is the same amount of happiness and like body positivity that you feel once you have meditated for even like 20 minutes. So more and more research is coming that how all of these release of these feel good hormones through meditation is changing the lives of people on a daily basis. That how you can meditate in the morning and start your day on a positive note. So the next part of this, I'm sorry if this is like, a lot of inflow of information, but I have like this time and like there's so much that I want to share with everyone. So I've tried to include the most important parts of about this, which are close to my heart and which have helped me. So I'm going to be covering all of them within this time. Okay, so the next part is the four agreements. So, a very important thing that they teach us in meditation is reading books, and which give you a different perspective on how to live life. And like, they don't tell you how to live life, they just give you a perspective on different things. And then, of course, it's up to you how you want to implement or not. So, there's this book that I read that's called The Four Agreements, and I really recommend that everybody who it's a very small book, and I recommend that everybody read it. So for this part, I think I'm gonna stop the sharing and go back to the normal thing. Yeah. So they're saying that these are the four agreements, and if you follow these four agreements in your life, then you will see a drastic change. So let's go through these agreements one by one. The first agreement is be impeccable with your words. Now, you might say that, oh, Kavya, this is such a basic thing. Like, everybody says that talk well and you should speak nicely, but, like, what's different in that? But, the author in this explains is that there are multiple reasons for why you should be impeccable with your words. One reason is, of course, that sometimes we don't even realize the impact our words have on the other person, and how sometimes we might not mean what we are saying, but the other person might take it in such a manner and feel so upset and hurt by it, and it might completely change the way that they might be feeling about themselves or anything in a particular situation. So if we know that our words have the capacity to impact someone so deeply, why not just use them to spread positivity and kindness instead of spreading negativity in the first place. Second and very important thing that resonated with me a lot is that when you say something negative, you feel that it's impacting the other person, but what you ignore is that it's really impacting you as well at the same time. If suppose my car meets with an accident because of someone on the road, and I get out and I start shouting at them that, oh my god, you don't even know how to drive, what are you doing? In a second, I was in a good mood. I was listening to my songs in the car, looking forward going to work, and in that 1 second, my entire mood changes, and I start shouting at the other person. And while I'm shouting, I'm creating negativity and bad vibes for myself, because earlier the happy and excited Kavya that was going is now suddenly just so negative that, oh my god, look at that person and what did he do and everything. So what it's the similar, if we are fighting with someone, maybe if you're fighting with a brother or sister, we might be saying bad words to harm them, to make them feel bad, but the fact that they're being spoken by us and that they're coming from within us creates a negative energy within ourselves as well. And it's kind of saying that, okay, be selfish, if not for others sake, but just for your own sake, for the sake of the energy that you are creating from within you, and how you feel about yourself, and what kind of words you want to speak. Just just for that purpose as well, one should try and be impeccable with their words. I'll just give a very small example that was written in the book. A mother had come home and she was very tired from her day at work, but like the child was at home, and she was dancing and she was singing and having a great time, and she says to her mother that, oh mom, look how well I'm singing, and please listen to me. But the mother, being tired and irritated, just like without thinking, that said, oh, I don't want to hear you sing right now, just please stop, give me some time. And that little girl, of course, she didn't realize that her mother was just tired, and she didn't mean what she was saying. She took those words to her heart so much that she completely stopped singing. And after a few days, or few weeks, her mother suddenly asked her that, like, oh, you used to sing, what happened, like suddenly you stopped singing? And she says, but oh, like, you don't like my singing and you don't want me to sing, so I stopped. And that's when the mother realized that words that she had spoken unknowingly, what kind of impact it had on the child. And I think that's the same for everyone. Like, if someone is speaking badly to us, we all know how we feel about it. So this it's the same way. If we can implement that the other way around, that if we can stop speaking negatively to the people around us, it will stop creating bad and negative energy outside and within us at the same time. The second agreement is, don't make assumptions. A very basic example of this is, sometimes that I also experience with my mother, so I'm only giving you relatable examples that I experience. That sometimes we have made certain images of people in our head and certain circumstances, so even before the person starts speaking, we automatically assume what they will say, and we block out what they're saying. We're like, अरे यार मम्मा तो यही बोलेंगी, or oh, the boss is asking, oh, they must be asking for this only. So what happens when we make assumptions is, it stops us from approaching any situation with an open mindset. Like, You never know, maybe my boss is calling me to tell me that what a great job I've done today, and that he is giving me an early off. But what if my mom is not telling me that, oh, this is what you have done wrong, and maybe she's about to share something great which I had not thought. But because already in my mind I had made this assumption that, oh, this is what they're going to say, my entire experience of that moment shuts away completely, and I will already react in such a way before someone even says something. So I will immediately be angry कि यार मम्मा आप तो ऐसे कहते हो, आप मत बोलो, without even hearing what she has to say in the first place. Because, because of that assumption in my head that, okay, I know this is what she is going to say. Similarly applies to our boss, or like if you are the boss to your employee, sometimes we don't even listen that, oh, they must be asking for a leave, that's why they want to meet me. We don't even keep an open mind about why they might be asking for a leave. Maybe they are in trouble. So when we stop making assumptions about anything, it allows us to approach each situation with an open mind and without any specific reaction. Because, accepted or not, today half of the problem that we experience is that we react to things instead of responding to situations. If something happens, we'll immediately get angry. Yeah, this is not happening as per how I wanted it to. However, the minute you take a second, you don't make assumptions and you think, okay, how can I respond to this situation instead of reacting to it, which will actually also give us the solution that we are looking for. Because, like, reaction has never helped anyone, it has never given anyone any sort of solution. It is just an expression of emotion that we do in a second without thinking anything. Like, getting angry has never helped anyone in any situation. So the second agreement was, don't make assumptions. Now, the third agreement, and I think that this is the best agreement that you can apply in your life so far. And even if you apply nothing else but this one agreement, life can be so happy and so stress free. So, this agreement is, don't take things personally. They are saying that every human in their life is a result of the experiences that they have had. I am who I am. I have the thoughts that I have, the beliefs that I have because of how I have been raised, because of the experiences that I have had, which has led me to have certain thoughts about how things are, what is right, what is wrong. What is right for me might be wrong for you because you have been brought up in a different way and you have had your own experiences. So the minute we realize that whenever we are talking to any person, they are their own unique individual with their own beliefs and mindsets, the minute we realize that, we don't take anything they say personally. Nothing at all. I'll give you an example, okay? So you reach office in the morning and immediately you're in a great mood, it's a great day, and you reach there and suddenly your boss calls you in the office and they start shouting at you for some work that you have not done properly and everything. And you leave the room feeling very dejected that, oh, like why, maybe the boss doesn't like me, and why is he behaving like this towards me, or something like that. Now, what you didn't know is that just 20 minutes before meeting you in the office, your boss had a huge fight with his wife, and it was that thing that he was really upset about, and it is that anger that he ultimately took out on you. He had no ill feelings or anything towards you or your work, but because he was in that mindset at that point of time and he was frustrated, that anger came out on you. Now, if suppose if you don't know this principle or this agreement of not taking things personally, you will spend your entire day or 2 3 days feeling bad that, oh my god, the boss scolded me, what does he think of me, am I doing something wrong, can I have done anything better? But if you know this principle, or that, okay, I don't have to take things personally, you immediately tell yourself that, okay, boss said what he said for some reason, I'll just see whether I could have done this work to the best of my capacity. If I feel that yes, I could have, then it's fine. I won't take his words personally and I will move on. And I'm telling you, in 100% of the cases, the only reason that someone says is just because they're different than who you are. They have had their own experiences. Someone who has worked hard to earn all the money that they have will have this perspective that only hard work can earn money, and this is what they will constantly keep telling you because that is what their experience is. If they tell you that, okay, like, I'm just giving an example, like waking up in the morning is a good thing. But if suppose someone keeps saying that to you, that's because it's their experience that has helped them in their life. So that is the point, being that whatever anyone says or any point that anyone is putting across, it is based on their own personal experiences. And the minute we realize it and stop taking it personally, that just because he scolded me does not mean that he has a problem with me. It's just his thoughts and his way of looking towards life. The minute we understand that, we stop taking things personally. We don't feel bad about what anything or anyone has said to us, because we know that, okay, they are coming from a certain mindset. Let me think, do I agree with their mindset? If I do, okay, I'll try to implement it in my life. But if I don't, then I'm not taking it personally anymore, because I have my own mindsets and beliefs, and I want to work in a different way. But I will keep doing that harmoniously without feeling bad about whatever the other person is telling me. So, and I'm telling you, if you start thinking about it, it will apply in majority of the experiences that you have, that sometimes we just feel bad, angry, upset, stressed because of the events that are happening around us or because of people's behavior towards us. But the minute we start thinking that, okay, they are reacting or they are saying things because of who they are and not because of anything that has to do with me, that second itself, your stress and those negative thoughts melt and go away. And now the fourth agreement, which also is like great for people who are also like struggling with anxiety, is do your best in any given situation. It says do your best. So what? Like, it's just that simple. What does it mean, do your best? So they're just saying that in any given situation, you have to analyze that what is the best I can do in this situation, considering the circumstances around you. For example, if suppose you have fever and still you have to do certain things, so whatever you could do during that condition of being in fever is the best that you can do at that point of time. Maybe it is 70% of what you could have done if you were well, but once you have done it, you have to accept it that, okay, I did my best in any given situation, and now I won't feel anxious, worried, or bad about it at all. Even if suppose someone does not like the work, if suppose, for example, I have done something and I show it to the person, I show it to the client, and the client has a problem with it, and like, they scold me or something, so I'll look at that. I'll look at the work I've done and I'll analyze for a second that, could I have put in more efforts into this? If the answer is yes, then the next time I'm doing that job, I will try to work hard. But if in that moment I feel that, okay, Kavya, no, this was the best that you could have done in that situation, then I will just try to improve that on the basis of the client's suggestions, but not feel bad about myself that, oh, you can't even do such a simple task that was assigned to you, and like, are you dumb, or you are appearing to be stupid in front of everyone, or like, what must the client be thinking that she can't even do this much as a lawyer or anything like that. No, these are unnecessary thoughts which don't serve you at all and just lead to self deprecation and negative feelings about yourself, which has never helped anyone. So ask yourself in that situation, have I done my best? If the answer is yes, then there is no need for any sort of fear, insecurity, anxiety, or depression in that situation. Of course, you can always work hard and improve if there were any mistakes, but you don't have to feel bad about yourself for whatever you have done at that particular time. And you need to have the sensitivity to give yourself the space that, okay, like, today my best was just working for 2 hours and I couldn't do more than that. So that is your best. It's fine. There's no point in thinking that, oh no, I could have done this for 2 more hours, I could have done this for 3 more hours, because that is an endless cycle. So it's only you who can assess in that situation. And even if sometimes you haven't done your best, it's fine. It's what's important is that you realize that, and the next time you're doing that, you are able to, like, improve and increase your productivity so that it reaches your best at that particular point of time. So these were the 4 agreements. Now we'll head on to the last part of the session, and that is manifestation. Just one second. Yeah. So before talking about what manifestation is exactly, I'm just going to read out certain quotes that have been said by very, like, famous people. So as you can see in front of you, Henry Ford said that if you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you are right. Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Anything that you give your attention to will become your truth. The law of attraction says that it must. Your life and everyone else's too is but a reflection of the predominance of your thoughts. There is no exception to this. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, he is, like, if you just read his books, if you save this name and you start reading his books, they're insane, amazing. Like, that's something for later. But yeah, so he healed himself completely of a broken spine just through manifestation, visualization, and meditation. Like, that's all I can say. And he's written a book about it. The book's name is You Are the Placebo. And if you get a chance, just it's a little thick book, but if you can listen to the audio book also, it's available on YouTube for free. So please, if you get a chance, do that. And he says, your personality creates your personal reality. Your personality is made up of how you act, how you think, and how you feel. So before going on, what is manifestation and what is the basis of manifestation? I'm pretty sure that this has now become a little bit of a common word, and every one of you, or majority of you, might have heard it before. So manifestation is based on the thought, and it's scientifically proven as well, that your thoughts create your reality. And when I had heard this for the first time, it was like, oh my God, really? Like, does this power lie in our hand as well? So the answer is yes, that power lies in your head. Your thoughts create your reality. They say that your mind does not know the difference, or you can, like, it does not know the difference of something that is actually happening versus something that you tell it that it's happening. So for example, if I'm eating a pizza right now, the actual experience of how I taste and how it feels to me would be the same if I close my eyes and I visualize with 100% energy and thoughts that, okay, I'm eating this pizza, and I imagine chewing it, and I imagine all the flavors in my mouth that will have, like, that will take place, and how I'm, like, taking one bite after the other. So our mind is not able to it will consider both the instances the same thing, me eating the actual pizza and me just, like, thinking about eating that pizza. So it says that if you accept this to be the truth, And I'm not going into the detail of the science behind it, and I recommend that like you read it in the book or other places. You can just type thoughts create reality, and I'm sure lots of things will come up on Google also regarding it. So on the basis of it says that you can manifest anything in your life. So for example, if I want to manifest a certain job, so it asks you, it says that there are five principles that you have to follow to actually manifest that in your life. And we will look at those, at those things right now. But what it basically says is that you have to close your eyes and you have to visualize that thing happening to you in every single detail, and you have to experience that feeling right now for how it would happen if suppose you got it. So for example, if suppose I'm manifesting a job that I want, so I will close my eyes and I will visualize that how I got that email which says that congratulations Kavya, you've gotten this job, this is your starting date. Then I will imagine how I will jump up in my chair and be super happy. Who is the first person that I call? That, oh, I call my mom, I got this job. And what do I say to her? How I tell my friends? How I'm getting ready to go, and what I wear for my first day at the office. So this says that when you take 10 minutes out in your day and visualize whatever you want, when you visualize it happening, your mind and your conscience believes that it's actually happening, and it starts working itself in a manner to make it happen in your life outside. So, like, I know it might sound bizarre, but that's why I'll take a minute to share some of the experience that I have manifested in my life. So, my university, OP Jindal, had this program where you could do your master's in the fifth year of law school itself from some of like the great universities out there. And I knew about it, that this is the program that I want to go to. And I wanted to go to King's College London for my master's. So, 1 year before I was supposed to go, or even before the application forms for it had come out, I just started speaking as if I have already gotten it. And like, I know it might sound like someone might call you stupid for doing it, but I knew about this manifestation technique and the law of attraction. So I didn't care. And I just already started talking like, oh yeah, next year, sorry, I will be in London at that time. And I don't think I can plan a trip for next year. Or, I'll automatically say that, oh yeah, I am going for my master's to King's College London. And I just started talking in a way, and I started behaving in a way as if what I am manifesting is already my current reality. And you won't believe it, but actually the form came and I applied, and only 5-6 students get selected from it, from the entire batch, and I was one of them. And like, till date I say that I manifested this opportunity for myself, and I went for my LLM to King's College London through that pathway program. Now, a little bit of a twist in this, someone would say, so initially they had only a cap of 5 students, and I was sixth on the list from which, like, we were supposed to get selected. And initially they told me that you're in the waiting list, and it was not finalized whether I was going or not. So at that point of time, while of course I had 100% belief in the fact that I want to manifest something in my life, but I also had the awareness and knowledge to accept that, okay, if my manifestation has not worked out for some reason, despite me doing everything that I possibly could, then I have to accept that this is what life and destiny had in store for me at this particular point of time. Maybe I cannot see why it's happening right now, but I will reach that stage where I understand why this has happened and I move on. But ultimately that year itself, Kings decided that no, they want to take some more students, and they increased the number of students. And like, I made it to that list because I was just next in line, and I was able to go for that. So ultimately the manifestation helped, but it helps when you also have acceptance for your current situation, which I will discuss like when I discuss the like 5 sutras about how to manifest what you want. another manifestation experience that is there. I'll just stop sharing till the time I'm talking. So people in the legal field know that getting a judicial clerkship with a judge is a very difficult thing to get on, on your own. But I really wanted to achieve that, and I want to do that as part of my career. So I started doing exactly what I had told you guys. I started sitting every day for 10 minutes. And meditation I used to do every day anyway, but I also sat down and started visualizing the entire instance happening, that I get a call that you've been selected for the clerkship, and how proud I am for myself and how happy I am. And I kept doing that. I had applied also to certain places on my own, and while I was applying, I was following this visualization process. And you guys won't imagine, like, I got a call back from 2 to 3 judges for this clerkship, that too on the basis of cold emails that I had just written to them. Like, I had asked my friends, some friends who were already working there, for their email IDs without any open application or anything. I just wrote out, I attached my CV, I wrote a cover letter, and I sent it to people. And within 15 days, I saw my manifestation working, and I started getting calls, and I eventually joined, the clerkship place. So the point being that it works. Like, it has worked for me, and I've heard of countless and numerous more experiences where it has worked for other people. And let's see now, like, what are the 5 things that one has to keep in mind while manifesting. So the 5 manifestation sutras are: first one is develop focus or one point mindedness. So, what is required for manifestation is knowing what you want, having one single target. I think everyone has heard of that story where, the Pandavas guru was teaching them how to use a bow and arrow, and he asked everyone that, okay, what do you see on that tree? And they say that, oh, I see a bird. Then one replied that, oh, I see the wings of the bird. Then someone says, oh, I see the wooden trunk. And when Arjun's turn came, he said that, I see the eye of the bird. And that's why he was the one who was able to, who was the best bow and arrow user. So the point from the story was that you have to, for manifestation, it's important to know exactly what you're manifesting with a single point of focus. Now someone might say, and honestly this is something that till date I struggle with, that it's not possible that you might always know what you want and why you might want it. And that is where meditation plays a role, and it holds the hands of manifestation. That when you meditate and when you become more self-aware, you start understanding yourself better, and you know that, okay, this is the right thing for me, this is what I want, this is how it is going to help me, and this is what I want to manifest for myself. So basically the first step is developing a focus, understanding what I want, why I want it. And it can be in any spheres. It can be wanting better health, it can be wanting more clarity on the purpose of your life, it can be to regulating your anger issues. So but you have to know what is it that you want, so that you can start working on it. And something that helps with this is basically daily meditation. The next point, the next thing is develop openness to possibilities. So now I love this, and this is not something just for manifestation but in general also, that one can apply in your life. So meditation teaches you and the beliefs that all of us are energy beings, and all of us are here to have unlimited experiences in this life, and in many lifetimes. So so when you know that, okay, you're supposed to have unlimited experiences, you have to be open to what those experiences can be. You can't restrict them in your head that no, this cannot happen with me at all, like it's impossible, like there is no way that I can get that job, like that is way above my level. No, when you're a meditator, you believe that there is abundance in the universe, and there really is. There is something for every one of us out there. We don't have to trample on each other to get to where we are going. Everyone is going in the same direction. They have to reach the same place. They have to learn the same lessons, soul lessons, and nothing will happen if we step on each other and go. So the point being that one has to develop openness to possibilities. Only then can you manifest, because you can't say that, oh, that that job is impossible for me to achieve, it's way above my level. Because if you have that mindset, you will never be able to manifest it. You will only be able to manifest to the limited way in which you are thinking. So but when you believe in abundance in the universe, when you believe that you can have any experience that's possible, you will open yourself to possibilities, and you will see miracles happening which you had not even thought are possible. Because now you know that no, anything can happen. I am not restricted by my circumstances, by my situations, or by the reality of where I am right now, and I can manifest to be anywhere that I want to be, because anything is possible. So the minute you start thinking from that perspective, what you want to manifest, how you want to manifest, and how you start living your life also completely changes. The third point we already discussed, that visualize your future. But this is also very the important part of visualizing your future, is going into the details of what you want. Like I was speaking to someone, and that lady shared with me that her daughter was going through university applications, and she had some certain five top universities that she wanted to go to. So her mother photoshopped these acceptance emails, that dear whatever the name, you have been selected into this, and she printed those out and put it on a board in front of her. And she also photoshopped a picture of herself wearing the gown of that color of that university, and also put it in front of her. So basically made a vision board of everything and anything that you want, and how you put that before yourself, so that you're constantly living in that scenario. And so when you imagine it in this detail, when you 100% believe that it is going to happen and it is the right thing for you, so you see that visualization taking place. And it's something very silly, and at that point of time, honestly, I had not even started practicing meditation or something, but in 12th class, when I was studying for my boards and everything, so I used to feel that no, I want 98% in my boards. And I used to do like stupid little things, like if I had my phone on charging, I would just stop it at 98%, that okay, this is my this is the number that I want, and stuff like that. So because I felt that, yeah, 98% is doable. So at that time, see, I was not open to the possibility that I can score more, because I was limited that no, okay, 98% is less, like 98% is sufficient. And if I would have known this manifestation technique, then maybe I would have manifested for more. But actually, I ended up getting 98% in my board marks. And I was just subconsciously manifesting it through the little things that I do, by visualizing it in the little things that I something is basically that no, I will charge my phone only 90%. It's a silly example. I didn't even know how it worked at that time. But all of these things, when you put your full belief in it and when you visualize it, it matters. So I would recommend everyone take this weekend, make a vision board for yourself. Sit down, think of what you want in life, why you want it. We'll do some meditation for 10 minutes today as well. And but then make that vision board, see where you want to go, and start working towards it. And like even if you write manifestation experiences, there's so many famous people who have actually shared their manifestation experiences in public. And I would love it if you would read those and be inspired by it in the to implement that on your own. The fourth thing, and I feel like this is very important again, is reprogramming limiting beliefs. So what are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are certain boundaries that we create for ourselves in our own head. Like, for example, like, I don't know, maybe if there are a lot of lawyers out here, so one thing from the very beginning, everyone will be saying that, oh, I'm a first generation lawyer, it's very tough for me. No, maybe it will take me more time to reach that place than maybe it would for a like, non first generation lawyer, or like, I don't have that kind of support system, so I don't think I will be able to achieve that, or like, and just so many things we keep telling ourselves on a daily basis that we can't do for some reason or the other. And these are limiting beliefs that really stop us. And like, yeah, even one thing I like about, oh, like, litigation is very tough for women, and how will they do it? But like, when I read this concept of limiting beliefs, I realized how applicable it is in so many of our lives. Just that we accept certain statements because others have told us to be true. Like, why is it difficult for a first generation lawyer to become a supreme court judge? Has, like, what is stopping you? It's just a limiting belief that 100 people have said to give as an excuse for why they can't do what they can't do. And it has been like, keep passing on from the very beginning, and like, now what everyone has accepted as the truth. But no, I can choose to not accept that as the truth, and see where it can goes. I can today manifest that, no, I want to be the chief justice, and work towards that. There is no limiting belief that, oh, I'm a girl, or that I'm a first generation lawyer, or I don't have that much money. No, these are all limiting beliefs. And what meditation helps you is, it helps you reprogram these beliefs. It helps you, and this is also something that you have to do consciously. Like, the minute some thought comes in your mind which says that, oh, I can't do this, immediately question it. Why? Who has said that I can't do it? Let me challenge it. Let me change that limiting belief of mine, and like, see where I can come, where what I can do and what I can change with it. I am honestly telling you, before before, like, I got into litigation and I started hearing everyone say that, like, I really didn't believe that, oh, first generation lawyers can't do well. Like, all the jobs that I've gotten till date have been by randomly applying through emails to people that I wanted to work with, by randomly applying to people via LinkedIn. That's I have looked at your work and I want to work with you. And I have gotten those jobs only on the basis of merit, irrespective of any of the contacts I had, because I actually don't have any contacts. So it's just that I never let that limiting belief impact my mind, that there's something I can't do just because people are saying that this is something that you can't do. So, how to power through those limiting beliefs, and it just nothing else. It gives you more power to be you, to dream big, and work towards achieving those dreams. And meditation helps you in reprogramming, because how it helps you in reprogramming, because when you reach that state of emptiness, you let go of all the negative and the past things that you have heard, or the experiences that you've had, and they give you a chance to recharge and see how uh, what's new. It gives you a new perspective, that okay, now I'm open to the possibility of some new thoughts coming in my mind, and how I can implement them in my life. And last but the most important is accept and express gratitude. So many of us, and when I'm saying all of this, I include myself in this, because it's not as if like I have like started this process of meditation and this journey, but I've also not, I'm not also perfect. I also complain so many times about things not working out the way I want them to in different aspects of my life. But the best way someone explained this to me is that, if suppose you knew that you have a bank account with $1 billion, how would you behave? Would you still live your life from a place of lack, or would you live your life king size, knowing that you have an account with $1 billion, and that no amount of like money that you spend can empty that account? So when you start operating from a place of abundance, from a place of gratitude, that's when you start seeing the changes happen in your life. If I'm always thinking from the perspective that, oh, I don't have money, oh, my salary gets finished at the end of every week, at the end of every month, and I don't have enough money to buy this. When your mind is constantly filled by such thoughts, you see that lack reflecting in your life as well. For manifestation and to change that process, first you accept your current experience, that my experience today is based on on the thoughts that I had yesterday. Now that I know this new information, and I know that there's abundance in the universe and that I can manifest anything, i will I will accept my current situation for what it is, express gratitude for what I'm about to get, and start living life now itself as if I have everything that I wanted to manifest. So it says what we receive is always in a step in the direction of our manifestation. So that is one thing about how acceptance and expressing gratitude works. But otherwise also I've seen that just like sometimes even thinking of 2 3 things that we can be grateful for, maybe it can be something as simple as getting water today, is like really changes your perspective on life. When we hear of the experiences that people are going on in their life, are going through, and we actually think about how we are lucky enough that some things are going for us while some might not be going for us. When we remember to express gratitude for what we have, what we want automatically comes to us, and what we have basically multiplies. It's like, there's this story that there's a beggar on the street, and there's one very rich person, and the beggar keeps on, when the beggar reaches, asks God that, I keep asking you every day that please, give me this, give me this, give me this, but you don't give me anything, whereas look at that person, and he has everything that he needs or he wants. So God explains to him that, you are always operating from a place of lack. You're always asking me that, okay, I don't have this, please give me this. Whereas the other person always operates from a place of gratitude. He has never asked me for anything. He just expresses gratitude for what he already has. And that way, what he has always keeps getting multiplied. So accepting and expressing gratitude is just something that we have to make a part of our everyday life. And I'm telling you that you will already see a drastic change in your happiness levels, and you're just your state of accepting things for what they are. So coming on to the last 2 things, this is when you start meditating and when you start thinking about things from what we have discussed right now, you change your life from being a victim to that of an explorer. All of you who have attended this session today now need to should know that asking this question, that, oh, why is this happening to me, is the wrong approach to living life. If something happens to you, the right question that needs to be asked is, what is this situation trying to teach me? And can I learn that lesson and move on from it? Because if you can't, that lesson will keep coming to you again and again till the time you learn what it is that you are supposed to learn from it. And second, after understanding what it is trying to teach me, you try to see that how and why am I creating it? I know it feels like a lot of responsibility when we say that, we are co-creators of our life, and it is something within us. It is something within us which is projecting these instances in our life. Maybe it's self-doubt, maybe it's lack of self-confidence, maybe it's somewhere believing that we don't deserve to get the best things in our life, which is stopping us from getting the best things in our life. So let's look within. Let's take that time to look within and see why we have certain beliefs, what experiences from our past is impacting our beliefs and our actions today, and what can we do to change them. So like it's Gautam Buddha said that we are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts we make the world. So your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own thoughts if left unguarded. But once you understand how to master your thoughts, you are unbeatable. And meditation takes you on that journey of how to let go of negative and unhelpful thoughts, and just understand that your thoughts don't shape you. Don't shape you in the sense, like, your negative thoughts can not shape you if you start addressing them in the right way. So last thing, I like love this. Buddha was asked, "What have you gained from meditation?" He replied, "Nothing." However, Buddha said, "Let me tell you what I have lost. I have lost anger, anxiety, depression, insecurity, fear of old age and death." So, like, while it's 5:35 right now, but if everybody is interested, we can let's do meditation for 10 minutes. Let's experience what this thing that I've been talking about actually is about. Let's meditate for 10 minutes, and then we'll have a question and answer session for anyone. If anyone has any questions, till the time, if suppose anyone is leaving due to lack of time or something, I am putting my email ID also in the chat if someone has any questions that they might want to send me later. But till now, let's start with meditation, and then we'll have a question and answer session. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So please close your eyes and cross your hands and legs as it was shown in that picture again. And I'm starting with the music, and I'll guide you through this meditation for the first time. The breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Take your attention at the top of your nose. Just focus on the breath. Thoughts coming in the mind are very natural. Just let them go. Bring your focus back on the breath. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I live in harmony and balance with everyone I know. At the center of my being, there's an infinite well of love. And now allow this love flow to the surface. Fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness. The more love I use and give, the more I have to give. Supply is endless. The use of love makes me feel good. It is an expression of my inner joy. Myself. I feel the vibration of love so that all who enter will feel this love and be nourished by it. If you're getting lost within your thoughts, keep bringing your focus back to the thoughts are just thoughts. Will come and go all the time. They don't have any power over you. You are the master of your thoughts. You are the master of your reality. Bring your attention back into the just 1 minute. Take your hands, rub them over your eyes. Bring yourself back to the state of awareness. Open your eyes. Okay, so let's start with any question answer session or anything if anybody wants to share how they felt. I just want to say that in the starting, meditation can be you get overwhelmed by your thoughts. Sometimes so many people fall asleep, so sometimes you experience certain pains as well. But it's just the beginning. It's your body responding to the experience that you're going through. And while this was like an introductory session to everything, but if any of you are interested in following up this more, so I also have learned this from an organization called Buddha CEO, and they have free webinar sessions where they teach meditation and all the wisdom along with it. And I would love to share more details about it as well with you till the time I'm putting the name in the chat box again. And then let's please, like, you can raise your hand and let's start with uh, any questions that anyone might have. Anyone wants to share how they felt after this, after meditating for the first time, or anything anyone wants to share? Okay, so I guess yeah, the book by Dr. Joe Dispenza is You Are the Placebo. And the other book is, you can listen to the audio book also if you feel like this is too, much to read. And then the name of the other book is The Four Agreements. Someone who's looking to, get into this more. Wait 1 second, I'll just share certain PDF links also for certain books that I have. No. Or I'll just and there's one other great book called Conversations with God, which is also really changed my perspective on a lot of things as well. So yeah. So anyone, no questions? We still have 10 minutes. Okay, then let's end this session for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that I was able to make some sense. And I hope that I hope you all can implement all of this in your daily life. And please start meditation. For me also, it wasn't that, oh, I immediately reached this level in one go. It took me months. Sometimes I stopped. I wasn't able to be regular, but then I kept trying again and again, because I just felt that, okay, now I have this tool in my hand, that if I implement it, if I'm able to use it, I don't have to be afraid of anything in my life. Because while I did not discuss the benefits of how it physically heals your body as well, if you read Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, like I was telling you, he healed his broken spine, which all the doctors had said that you can't walk for the rest of your life. The only way is to put all those screws and everything in the spine, and still he healed himself within 3 months. It was a miracle. And that also keeps inspiring me. This, I just want to say that, see, this is a constant journey. The fact that so many of you attended this session and that you were introduced to meditation means that you have reached that level in your life where you're ready to be benefited by it, where it's time that you take up meditation. So please don't just listen to this and let it go. Just give yourself, even start with 10 minutes, start with 15 minutes of guided meditation, start daily, and you will see the difference. You will see the difference. And yes, I hope wish everyone the very best. Thank you.
As we conclude this transformative session on harmony within meditative tools for stress relief, I find myself filled with profound gratitude and a sense of renewed calmness that I'm sure resonates with each of you. Through the seminar, each of us has had the opportunity to take away something meaningful and impactful, whether it's a new perspective, a deeper sense of awareness, or practical tools to incorporate into our daily lives. First and foremost, I extend our deepest appreciation to Advocate Kavya Agarwal for her enlightening presentation. Kavya ma'am, you didn't just speak to us today, you guided us on a new journey inward, showing us that peace isn't a destination but a practice. Your words have given us invaluable tools that we can carry into our daily lives, whether we are navigating courtrooms, boardrooms, or simply the complexities of modern living. To our wonderful participants, thank you for your active engagement, thoughtful questions, and for creating such a warm, receptive atmosphere. Your presence and participation has made the session truly meaningful. The fact that you've chosen to invest this time in your mental wellness speaks volume about your commitment to holistic well-being. Our heartfelt gratitude goes to Ms. Vaishnavi Murthy, our national president, and the entire National Legal Rights Consortium team for recognizing that true empowerment extends beyond legal rights to encompass mental and emotional well-being. The NLRC's commitment to hosting sessions like these demonstrates a forward-thinking approach that acknowledges the interconnectedness of justice, rights, and wellness. As we step back into our respective worlds, may we carry with us not just the techniques we've learned today, but the reminder that within each of us lies an unshakable source of peace. In a profession and a world that demands so much of us, let us remember to extend the same compassion to ourselves that we show to others. Thank you all for making this evening so enriching. May you find moments of stillness in your busy day, and may the harmony within guide you towards greater resilience and joy. Because your opinion matters to us, we invite you to share your thoughts through the feedback form so that it helps us serve you better. It will be linked in the chat box. And lastly, I would like to say thank you everyone once again. We hope this mediative tool shared today will serve you well in your journey towards inner peace and stress relief. We look forward to seeing you at our upcoming events. Have a peaceful and joyful day ahead.